Hey, so just popping on here really quick to go over triggers and how they're connected to the shadow self. So we all have triggers, like every single one of us has triggers. There are things that just get our defenses up, things that trigger those strong emotions of passion. There's things that bring our opinions and our viewpoint up to the front line. Sometimes the triggers can cause arguments. Sometimes they can cause negative behaviors towards other people. And a lot of times those negative behaviors come in the form of mockery, ridicule, name calling. The interesting part of all of this, and if you've ever shared your opinion on something and had someone lash out aggressively at you with a different viewpoint, then you'll understand. So when the other person is passionately triggered because they have a difference in viewpoint than you, there's a reason for it. Most of the time, when they reach that level of mockery, when they feel their blood boiling and they get so angry about what you're saying, or they ridicule you on your opinion, it's because you just brought part of their shadow self to the surface. And they were forced to acknowledge that part of them. So you just planted a seed, and most likely it was one that they were not prepared to water. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it can be a very good thing. You help these people kind of learn a little bit about themselves that they weren't so aware of. So the shadow self is also not necessarily a bad thing, but it's an uncomfortable part of yourself to face. Negative reactions to a difference in opinion is usually accompanied by feelings of guilt, denial, or unacknowledged questioning of their own belief. So when somebody gets triggered about something that you say or that you do, when their opinion is different on it, and it triggers them to bring their opinion up to yours, and and share it and bring it up to you and put it on the front line. Most of the time, that's accompanied by them feeling some sort of guilt. A lot of times it's because they're questioning their own belief. They really don't feel 100% confident in their own belief, because if they did, they really wouldn't feel the need to have to lash out at you to make their point. They'd just let it go, knowing that it's really not worth their energy and it's not worth their time, because it's different than than how they feel. But when they feel like they have to do that, when they feel like they need to mock you, make you into being kind of like the butt of the joke based on your opinion, or they get angry and they've got to constantly come at you with something to try and trigger you back, that's them. That's their shadow self. So really, don't take offense to it. Don't take it personally. Like, in a way, you're kind of helping them. You're forcing them to have to acknowledge that shadow side of themselves that they probably weren't prepared to acknowledge. I guess if that has happened to you, I want to tell you congratulations, because you just unknowingly caused that person to face a part of themselves that they were keeping in hiding. When they react negatively, it's their shadow self refusing to be silenced and hidden, and it's an opportunity for growth on their part. When and if you tend to lash back out at them, pay attention to why you're doing it. Kind of ask yourself what part of your shadow self is coming out of hiding. Why did their negativity cause you to do the same thing that they did? When your shadow self has already been faced, acknowledged, defeated, then them lashing out at you won't trigger you to do the same. reading a difference in opinion or hearing a difference in opinion or seeing, whatever, it's not going to cause a trigger within you. You'll kind of be able to state your viewpoint, your difference in opinion without using mockery, without anger, and without ridicule. If you can't do that, then you need to take a deeper look at yourself and figure out what part of your shadow self is coming into play, and it's what part of you needs to be healed. When it's totally healed and you're not triggered like that and you don't succumb to those levels, you'll understand that it's their shadow self emerging, and you'll understand that they've just been put in an uncomfortable position of growth and self-realization, and it might be one that they didn't even know existed. You can really tell a lot about how much a person is battling with their shadow self by how they react to things that trigger them. If they can state respectfully their difference in view without the use of mockery or negative behaviors, they really don't have a need to heal that part of their shadow self within themselves. It's already healed. But when they feel they need to question your view, and they do it in such a way to try and bring you down, to try and make you look stupid, to try and make you a mockery, to make you angry or whatever, when they're trying to intensify your emotions by questioning why your opinion is what it is, when they're doing all of that stuff, when they are demanding that you're wrong, they've just proven that they have a deep, unhealed battle within themselves, so really don't take it personally, because all you did is call out their demon. Now it's up to them to acknowledge it, face it, and defeat it. The shadow self is, it's in everybody. We all have it, but, it's something that you really have to learn how to recognize. You need to recognize those parts of yourself and learn how to heal from them, so that you're not projecting whatever area of your shadow self it is onto other people in a negative way.